same. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First carry down for Dalvin Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The Viking ball carrier.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
It's a gain of
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
On the play. And the Vikings first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
This is Cook. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
20-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On second down, this is Madison. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
The ball carrier.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Malik Hooker. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
3rd and 9.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Open man is Trey Burton. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Not much there, only a yard.
1 yard gain.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 22 yards there, a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Rivers is going to fake the give to Taylor and set up to throw it. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second and 15. Rivers. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain of 37.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yardage he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the back.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. To throw is Rivers. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing.
And a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Rivers now from the 50. Looking deep for Hilton. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton. His second touchdown on the season. And the Colts add on to their lead.
For the extra point.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all
don't have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Yeah, we dominate today.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A very long attempt.
And as is to be expected, this is nowhere near being good from that distance. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Rodgers on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
On the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third and long for Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Hey, Rocket. What we got? Check 50.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Rivers. And that will be incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here comes Abdullah on the return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
It was Matthew Adams who got him down on the defensive side.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Check. Crunch.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 7. 1st down, Minnesota.
A gain of 7. 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 3rd quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10.
And 10. At the 40-yard line.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And this is Cook for the grab.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. And what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
Gun.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Number 25.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Cousins now on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. On 1st down, it's Cook. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 at the Colts' 36-yard line.
Throwing, Cousins, complete. It's Johnson. Touchdown, Vikings!
B.C. Johnson.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think, it got his man complete.
Here we go.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his third touchdown pass of the game. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now this will make it into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And the running back position just continues to evolve from what I saw as a youngster when you just took the ball from the quarterback and ran as far as you could. Nowadays, you've got to be able to catch the ball as well. And there were 15 running backs last season, partner, that ran for over 1,000 yards, but only 3 had 500 or more receiving yards as well. Leonard Fournette with Jacksonville, Christian McCaffrey, of course, with Carolina, and this guy right here, Dalvin Cook.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Rivers going to bring the Colts up 1st and 10
at the 34. Following the interception here, Rivers.
That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
The 32-yard line.
2nd and 12.
Hey, 79! 79! Check.
From the gun, Rivers.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted.
Picked off near the 44. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7.
At the 12-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Handoff comes to Cook. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. On the carry, it's Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown.
A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Bailey now for the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14.
Makes the score Colts 35, Vikings 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Rivers here to throw. Looking deep for Hilton. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton. 73 yards. And the Colts add on to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better.
Yeah. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 25, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will make it into the end zone.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows, you may meet up with this team again.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
The ball carrier.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Let's bring it. 49.
On 2nd and 15 now. Cousins. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Off the play fake, Cousins. Complete, Jefferson the target. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
A gain of 30. First